Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital, we've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Ball is teed up. Joshua Carty to do the honors. And we're off and running from Landover. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Go! Man in motion here. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
Opening script working gangbusters so far. 1st and 10 now at the 29. Back to the well again. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Ready. Out of the gun, Daniels. And that's It's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up fourth down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is not a good omen at all. You spend so much time, Kate, on the first 15 plays, and that first play, you've rehearsed it in your head over and over as a quarterback, as an offensive line. You never, ever want to go backwards, have such a negative play, but now you got to flush it and quickly move on.
And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. If they don't close quickly, he could take it to the house.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Pass play now. A lot of mass on the move here. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams pull ahead 6-3 in the first. On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. And he missed it, so a point left unclaimed, and this stays a field goal game. So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. His return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They send a receiver in motion right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Underneath it goes, catch made by the running back. And he's across midfield into Rams territory.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Let's go. Pack the 60. Pack the 60. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 5. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
Go.
And they send a man in motion. Again, Daniels to the air. Gets this one to Watson. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Come on. Set.
Motioning him from the slot right. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
No, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the market, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Finds a man, right side. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Commanders ball as we get back for the second, and they're thinking points. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Shut up. Cowboy 80.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to make it down to the 15-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Slot man in motion right. Jukes out a 1-stop. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
They've got a man in motion. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Let's go now.
Another carry for him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Fourth and 3, drive on the line.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. On the move, headed right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Man in motion here. 2nd and 10 now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Able to find Nakua here. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. Never a good time to rough the passer, Brock, but 3rd down, that hurts even more. Gives him the first. Throwing with a blitz up. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Commanders pick this one up.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, it freed that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
Play fake here, Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Commanders will have a first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Daniels on first down. Taken in by Likely. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Commanders looking to add to their advantage. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go, set.
Score, it's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow their lead just before halftime. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a first down pass play can, and certainly was effective.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First carry now for Kyron Williams. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
3rd and long for him here. That's caught for the 1st. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. He'll throw it. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. The former 1st-rounder Devin Bush making the play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Buying some time right. On the run right, throwing deep. He's got it inside the 25. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Daniels now. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully...
Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the Rams have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing it just before halftime. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Throw complete to Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. 27 yards is all they get out of that punt. And the Commanders' offense will take over inside of enemy territory. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll run here from the gun. And they bring him down around the 34. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Out of the gun, Daniels escapes the pocket. That's low and bounces short of his man. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down.
The QBs today so adept at doing just this, buying themselves enough time and finding a target. The problem on this one, just not the throw he needed to make the completion.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Putting a receiver in motion. They go with Williams on the counter. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 now. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. They go play action here. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. The Rams are set to punt. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. To throw, Daniels. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. They put a receiver in motion right. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Commanders make it a 3-possession game. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 60 by 6, 60, 7 5, go.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Take a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. Had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Straight ahead with Williams. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
The Commanders going dime here to defend this 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And you're going for this. And they won't do it. So that ball's incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. This one's caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
19 Tiger. Go!
And he's in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. That one right down the middle. And the Commanders continue piling onto this lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. His pass caught by Nakua. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Give to Williams from the gun. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Going for it, it's Williams. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Only 1 yard, but when all you need is an inch or two, Brock, that'll still move the chains.
I think some of us watching that in real time might not have been sure. He sure was. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st, and he popped right away, signaling that he had it.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Cut out left. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it brings up an LA 1st down. They'll give it to Williams on the option. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Here we go.
2nd and 10 now. The ball is out! And this goes out of bounds. The fumble, not ideal, but hey, did end up being a small gain on the play. So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough third down here. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he works this to the 38 before going down. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. That's that running back to come up with more than he's used to on third down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams putting up points in a game decided. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. Cardi down for the PAT. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go.
The score, Commanders 44, Rams 13.
Down by 3 scores, their hand is forced. They're going to try the onside kick here. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Joshua Cardi to kick off for the Rams.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. He's racing past midfield. And the return takes them down inside the opposing 40. Some excellent field position here.
Well, by the time he shifted into a different gear and began that foot race up the left sideline, you could tell this return was already getting out of hand. And what a gift for this offense, who now gets to take over with a lot of the work in the field position already done.
On first down, here's Daniels. Looking right, and he finds him. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. Connects on the crosser. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders put up even more points in a win. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders grow their lead yet again. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. Even more problems now as they don't get the snap off. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. All right, here we go. Second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Now he takes it. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Rams hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. Third down, 1 yard to go. Running for the marker with Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Even more problems now as they don't get the snap off. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. The task gets tougher as they set up on 4th down. Need a conversion, and they're throwing for it. And they get to him on 4th down. It's a sack and a turnover on down.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Commanders breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back. And this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
to score this as a win for the Commanders. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week.